G'day everybody. Now I want to talk about this comment. I have talked about points in a little way in some clips before. But how many points do you get every day? Every day you can get points. You get these points. You get self-healing points for your body. So there's God, the good God likes, or your parents, right, like it when you look after yourself. So there's self-healing points. Then there's points where you get for connection, how you look after others and connect with others, how you're doing it. There's points there. And then there's points as in how well are you learning and doing what you learn. There's points there. Right? There's points in every time you do naughty things to people, right? And do negative to nature and do all the wrong things. So I just put me in short. There's points there too, right? And they add up to each sector, the points. Now, what you could do is that sometimes if you have, and how big are those points? Right? So you've got to get into it a little bit more because some things you do are worth more points than others. So when it comes to, say, doing good things, you want good points. What's the highest good points? Well, when you do good things for others, even when you're struggling, and you still do good, even when you're getting called shit, you still do good, right? You still want to help, you're still trying the best of doing things the righteous way. That's the biggest points, that sector, and to how many people you can do that to, right? To how you're doing that to how many people. So the more people you're helping out, trying to do all the right thing, right? And doing it in whatever way, even if you have money, you still get the points. But I'm just saying, imagine when you're down and out, it's harder to do, isn't it? To do those things. And so that way you get bigger points, right? And so you can do a good deed for the day, get big points, say 30 points, we'll say for that. And then if you don't look after yourself, well, you get points minus for that. It's negative points, so he's not looking after himself. But that's the smallest when it comes to self and all the points of how you can lose points to yourself. Because the self one's a low point thing. So you go, say, eat unhealthy. So today I ate unhealthy a lot. I got 10 points for eating unhealthy. Depends on what unhealthy. So you had a pie where I lost 20 points yesterday because I had KFC, right? And when it comes to those points, that means that's how the ethers look down at you, or the universe scores you while you're living, each day and each moment. And so if you want to equalize that, so you don't look bad or you don't look good, and you just want to balance, how you balance that points out is that if you did something like you ate bad, you lost 30 points. Well, you go out and help someone that gives you 30 points or 60 points, double, and you go, well, I'm 30 points up today, right? And that's the balance sheet of points between negative and positive points. Righteous and godly to negative and devilly. Right? That's the difference. So how do you rate your points? And then go back, and when you do things just for yourself and you don't hurt anyone, so if you do things for yourself and not hurt anyone, just be by yourself, that's called 1 point. You get a point for it, and we'll call it 1 point, right? Every time you do that in that type of sector. So you don't go far, but you get a point for at least looking after yourself, right? And that's a good thing. And the better you look after yourself, the more that 1 point goes up, of course, with the other points that we're talking about when it comes to self-care. But you'll at least always get that 1 point for just being yourself, being in a room, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Anyway, one day I'll put it down in a book more better about exactly how many points. That's what we need to work out. What's worth what points in that? Right? To help people see and go back on things and see how right I am when they have high points to the ones that don't have high points, and how their life is and how things are going spiritually and all that kind of thing would be good to look back on. True? So categorizing points is a good thing for that kind of thing. Don't you? Do you agree on that? Because I do, and that's something I'm going to start. And I'm willing to work with people, of course, because to get somewhere fast, you use investments and stuff. does help. Definitely if you have investors that want to do the same thing and are like your friend anyway, so you're helping out kind of thing. When it comes to investments, right? That's how I could have investments and what type of investors that I'm allowed to invest in, right? And it depends on what points they're up to spiritually. I'll ask some questions. I want to know a little bit first too, and that's people who are investing in me. So with that, do you think that lots of people would want to invest in, right? Knowing that I might want to know certain things and you'll have to pay for it, right? Because I don't want it to come out of my pocket. But I can tell you that if you invest in me and you know my plan, that if you get me, we'll go good, right? But we've got to go through this first. It's like a job person saying you need to go get a suit and tie and all this stuff to get a job. You don't really, but it does help. So that costs you, true? So how do you look at things in business when it comes to those type of things, Ben? And I'm going to leave that there, because I don't want to give too much out as I'm having these problems. But I still do like to help. And eventually, some people that do bad things may change their mind. So it's a chance. But anyway, I'm going to chuck that out there for you. What is Mr. Squiggle exactly? Like we all know the character, hey? Is he a good dude? He's a good dude, isn't he? And he comes from the moon. It's pretty full on, eh? And like I said, only one man can only do so much. So when you're thinking, it takes time. When you think, you can't do other things. You can half think, which is what I call if you do something a lot, you can go into automatic and do two things at once. So sometimes I can listen to things and do spiritual art if it's not a hard spiritual art, right? Or it's just more of an art thing. Art things are easy to do. Something you've always done, right? You can do things like that to speed things up. But sometimes when you do too much at once, you don't really speed anything up. You don't want to be here, be there, be over there. But I'm doing it like that to show that I can still do what I'm doing in these little sectors. And I'm doing the best I can in the way I feel, because I have cystic fibrosis and my energy at the moment is up and down, caused by cystic fibrosis. Could be caused by a lot of other things, but I know that is playing up and it plays up off and on. So whatever playing up, I have feelings and go through things. And when you don't have motivation, it also doesn't help all that, right? And what can help motivation is people working with you more and all that kind of thing. But anyway, I don't want to get into all that. I thought I'd quickly chuck this out. And yeah, have a good one when it comes to all that. And yeah, what does a sun? It could be a star. Right? So when it comes to a piece of mind, I said that because there's a piece of mind that I put a half a star, I should say, shining out. It's a certain symbol, can actually mean a few different things. And definitely for other people too, which is another good thing of how I put my pieces together and how I like to connect. That people see things in other different ways, that's quite fine. And maybe they're meant to, right? For the connection. You understand when you look at art? No? It can mean different things for different people. Better way to put it. But anyhow, I'm going to leave it there, as I am going to get back into a piece today, which is this piece. Do that for a second. And I'm going to probably start on the moon or maybe over there, but I'm thinking something easier today. So I'm not feeling 100%. And yeah, start off with something that I know that it's already in your head. There's one little bit, this one here, that I'm up and down, because a lot of things can mean a lot of different things, and so I've got to pick which way I want to go, and what stones I can find, and gold as well. Have a good one, people. Bye-bye.